Lechon is a reflection of Filipino culture and community, with roots that blend centuries of indigenous cooking traditions and foreign influences. When the Spanish introduced slow roasting during their colonial period, the indigenous Filipinos adapted this cooking method and made it their own, adding local herbs and spices to create a uniquely Filipino flavor. While lechon can refer to any animal roasted over charcoal, such as chicken, goat, calf, there is one that stands above the rest as the symbol of Filipino celebration, the pig. Lechon baboy, the roasted pig, is what truly embodies the heart of every Filipino feast. I'm Jackie, born in the US and raised on Filipino flavors. Join me for a culinary adventure as I return to the roots of my heritage. We'll explore Filipino cuisine from street food to casual and fine dining tables, and see that tradition is not tied to a price. It's about the flavors and stories that bring us home. This is Street to Social. La Loma is a district in Quezon City that's had a thriving lechon industry since 1949. Known as the lechon capital of the Philippines, it has a high concentration of lechon eateries, ranging from family-owned street stalls to established restaurants. In this episode, we'll visit two of La Loma's popular lechon eateries to see what makes their lechon so special. Our first stop in La Loma is Ryan's Lechon, a beloved street stall that's been serving up lechon since 1990. The team at Ryan's Lechon was busy preparing lots of orders for pickup, and I understand why they are so popular. Their lechon is tasty, and the people are so friendly.
Hi po.
Hello.
Ano po yung pangalan nyo?
Renny Ferreros.
Renny. Nice to meet you po. Gaano katagal ka na nagbebenta ng pagkain mo dito?
Yung ito lechon since 1990. Ito namang Chicharon, 1982.
Anong yung pagkaiba ng lechon mo kaysa sa ibang lechon galing sa ibang lugar?
Yung timpla namin, tsaka yung unang-una inano namin yung sauce.
Yung sauce. Oh, so special talaga yung sauce nyo.
Yung sauce.
Wow.
Kasi yung lechon pwede siyang magpare-pares ng lasa. Pero yung sarsa iba-iba.
An order of a whole lechon baboy is for celebrations and large gatherings. To satisfy the occasional lechon baboy craving, you can order smaller portions. Today, for our tasting, I ordered the smallest portion available, which is a 1/4 order.
Sobrang malutong. Masarap yung salsa. Super tender, really flavorful. That sauce pairs perfectly with it. Oh my god, sobrang sarap. Salamat po. So this is bituka. This is the small intestine of the pig, and it's deep fried and salted, and you eat it with suka, vinegar. So good. Super good. It's really crunchy and savory and salty, and the vinegar is perfect because it cuts through a lot of like the greasiness of it. So suka is really essential here, and it brightens up the bite that you have. And this is another specialty of his, and it's called bulaklak. So the reason this is called bulaklak is when it gets fried, it starts to curl on the edges and resembles flower petals. And bulaklak means flower in Tagalog. But this is also a part of the large intestine, and it's deep fried and salted. And so what you want to do is also pair it with suka, which is vinegar. Super good.
Chicharon bituka and chicharon bulaklak are two popular pulutan, the Tagalog term for an appetizer often paired with beer. Just a 3-minute walk from Ryan's Lechon, you'll find Ping Ping Native Lechon Restaurant. Established in the 1980s, this spot has become a local favorite. The restaurant is roomy, with plenty of tables and air conditioning to keep diners comfortable. I arrived in the late afternoon, so getting a table was easy, and there was no wait at all.
Ping Ping serves a lot of different food, but I'm here for one thing, and that's lechon. So I ordered 2 different varieties of their lechon, and it's the Lechon baboy here on the left, and this is their Lechon Paksiw. I'm gonna start out with their lechon baboy. And something that is my favorite part about lechon is the balat. I love when the skin is super crispy. So let's see how crispy the skin is. The sauce is super thick and it coats the skin nicely. Mm. Super crispy. Wow, that's so good. Whoa. That's probably the crispiest lechon skin I've ever had in my life. Wow. Mmm. So now I'm gonna try some of the laman, which is the like inside meat of the lechon. Good and tender. The flavor's really mild. I think that the seasoning here is like really minimal, but that's kind of nice because then it just lets the true flavor of like the pork shine through. And of course, you always have like a companion of the dipping sauce, and the dipping sauce is very flavorful. I believe the dipping sauce is typically like a liver-based sauce anyway, so the flavor is really rich and deep for the dipping sauce. So this is Lechon Paksiw, and what I know of this dish is that it's a really resourceful and creative way to repurpose lechon. So lechon is a common fiesta food, and so oftentimes there could be leftovers. What they do with Lechon Paksiw is they'll use the leftover lechon and then cook it in a vinegar-based stew. And the vinegar creates like a preservation of the leftover lechon and creates like a completely new flavor profile for the dish. So I'm excited to try the Lechon Paksiw here. This is one of my dad's favorite things after New Year's Eve. So if we have left, or after Christmas Eve, one of those big holidays, if there is leftover lechon, they'll make Lechon Paksiw, and my dad is the one that told me about this. Hi, Papa, I know you're watching. I love you. Okay, let's try this. Wow. It's not super sour, and there's a strong like taste of pepper because there's like peppercorns in here. It's nice and balanced, and the vinegar helps keep the leftover lechon super tender still, which is really nice. So this is what my dad has told me is what he knows as the timpla of Lechon Paksiw. But back in the States where I've had Lechon Paksiw before, usually they'll use mang tomas as like the base of the sauce, and it's not been my favorite way to prepare it. This is my first time to try Lechon Paksiw this way with vinegar as the base, which I prefer so much more. I also happen to be a big fan of food that's maasim. So this is really nice, and I'm glad I got to try it here at Ping Ping's especially. I think Lechon Paksiw might now be one of my top 10 Filipino food dishes.
Lechon de leche is often referred to as the ultimate indulgence. Instead of using a full-grown pig, this version uses a young milk-fed pig, resulting in meat that is super tender and skin that is incredibly crispy. The preparation process is similar to its classic counterpart, slow roasting the pig over an open flame, but the use of a younger animal makes it a special delicacy, often reserved for major celebrations. The flavors are rich and buttery, the texture is melt in your mouth, and the golden skin is pure perfection. At Lechon Diva in Makati, whose food is available for pickup only, they take this culinary gem to the next level, offering a variety of lechon de leche, including a social or luxurious version that is stuffed with truffle rice.
This is such an exciting moment. Every time I'm in Manila, if there is a special occasion, this is something I try to order. So I'm going to cut through the lechon and show the truffle rice. As soon as I cut into the lechon, something that I could notice right away is the really delicious aroma of the truffle because the truffle rice inside of the lechon is still warm. It's still steaming out actually. And what's nice here too is you can see the meat of the lechon is really tender. It's just coming right off the skin and the bone. So I'm gonna grab some of that. And it's just pulling away so easily. I'm also gonna grab some of the truffle rice and some balat, crispy skin.
The skin of the lechon de leche is thin and super crispy, and because there is no layer of fat on the underside of the skin, each bite that you take is just crunchy goodness.
Now, the truffle rice. Wow. So it has mushrooms and a really, really great flavor of truffle. Okay. I'm gonna do a bite with everything on it. So I'm gonna take some of the skin, the meat of the lechon, mushroom truffle rice, and some sauce. I did order some sauce to go with it. That sauce has a lot of flavor. It's garlicky. Tastes like there's peppers in there too. And it tastes olive oil based. But it's strong flavor, but not overpowering. I can still taste the truffle and I can still taste the really good timpla of the lechon. So I think like all in all, everything here is really complementary in terms of the flavors. This is such a well executed lechon. Every component on its own is delicious, and then when eaten together, it takes everything to the next level. I am enjoying this so much. I'm actually going to be sharing this with my family later today after we're done filming this. It's such a nice gift to bring to a special occasion if you want a treat. Truffle rice is just one of the many options they have for the lechon to be stuffed with. So check out Lechon Diva if you're looking for a really delicious and special lechon for your next special occasion.
Lechon is more than just a dish. It's an experience, a celebration, and a true reflection of Filipino hospitality. While lechon has evolved over the years, merging traditional methods with contemporary twists, its essence remains unchanged. At its heart, lechon is a timeless symbol of the Filipino spirit, community, and culture.